I have lost 12.5 stone and I lost 6.5 stone of that on Slimming World. I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips of what I've learned with my experience on Slimming World and how that works within calorie counting. Tip number 1, speed food and free food. With speed food, you need to have at least a quarter of your plate when you're making every meal, which is speed food, which is either fruit or veg, that kind of thing. As a result, what happens is you're bulking your plate out with low calorie, high density food. So it should, in theory, keep you fuller for longer and more satisfied with every meal. Tip number 2 that I have learned from Slimming World and to calorie counting is healthy extras. The problem with calorie counting is sometimes you're just fixated on the number, staying below that calorie number. However, it's much more important to make sure you're getting the right amount of nutrients and minerals into your body. That's where healthy extras on Slimming World came in, and that's what I've transferred over to calorie counting. Making sure that I'm getting the right amount of dairy and seeds and nuts and that kind of thing to make sure that my macros, which is obviously what calorie counting call healthy extras really, are on top, as well as my calories are on bottom. Hack number 3 is based around sins. Now, there's a lot of controversy with Slimming World calling these sins. However, what it has taught me is that you need, on a calorie deficit or a diet or a fitness plan or whatever it is, you need something to make sure you don't feel like you're depriving yourself of something. And Slimming World really nailed that down with a minimum of or maximum of 15 sins a day. You were entitled, or you were allowed to have chocolate or sweets or whatever it was, because as soon as you start depriving yourself of something you want, that's when you lose the motivation to carry on. So that's what I've taken onto calorie counting, making sure that I save my calories at the end of the day for some sweets or a sweet treat of my choice, meaning I'm much more likely to stay on plan and much more likely to stay under that calorie deficit because I know that I've got that coming at the end of the day. So that's where sins and calorie counting, very similar, because they're both allowing you to have the treats that you want, even on a fitness and diet plan. Tip number 4, community. Community is king, and that's what Slimming World does incredibly well. You go to groups, there are Facebook groups, you've got the local groups, there's so many ways of connecting with people who are also following Slimming World. There is a lot less in terms of the calorie counting, and that's what